David is a typical rebel with a dubious past. Jade is a classic straight-A student from a wealthy family. One day they saw each other, and passion flared up between them. Opposites attract, but can ice and fire remain a single entity?
Why would you keep that a secret?
Beauty Jade is celebrating her graduation. She has spent the last few years reading books. The girl protected herself from fun parties and gatherings with friends, everything to ensure she meets the parents' expectations and distracts from the grief in their family. David watched the attractive Jade for 4 years but didn't dare to speak to her. He would have remained on the sidelines, but there was a happy coincidence. Jade and her parents arrive at a restaurant to celebrate graduation. David works there as a valet. Parents want to give the girl a gift because she graduated from high school with honors and entered medical university. Jade doesn't need jewelry or valuables. She asks permission to have a party. Yes, she wants an ordinary party with a noisy company, as her peers do, and the parents agree to a strange request for them. Jade sees David at the entrance and asks him to sign her school album. Let it contain at least one note from a classmate. David signs the album while Jade struggles with herself. She decides to invite the guy to the party. David can't believe this kind of luck. He tried to talk with Beauty for so many years, and then right away, an invitation. The guy agrees to visit the girl. The day of Jade's party arrived. The girl wears a stunning red dress and is ready to welcome guests, only that's just her father's colleagues coming to her. The girl is disappointed because she expected to arrange a fun celebration, not a scientific conference. David rings the doorbell. Jade is overjoyed to see him. The guy notices that the girl is upset. Not a single classmate came to her. He tricks his friends into coming to the party. Jade is extremely happy and very grateful to David. Jade's brother hosts a dance competition between couples, and Jade has got to dance with David. The girl feels happy in his arms, and this handsome guy is exactly the one she dreamed of. Next to him, Jade wants to laugh, dance, and shine with happiness. The girl realizes that she likes David a lot. David can't get enough of Jade. He understands that the girl attracted him all these years for a good reason. She is kind, sweet, and gentle. The guy doesn't want to let go of Jade for a minute. While the fun is in full swing, David and Jade retire to a closet. The guy is about to kiss the girl who has captured all his thoughts. Unfortunately, Jade's father, Hugh, proposes a toast to his daughter, and he spots Jade and David leaving the closet. Hugh doesn't like David sticking to his daughter. What is this guy anyway? Where did he come from? Something needs to be done before he ruins Jade's life. Hugh doesn't show that he dislikes David. Recalling the late time, he ends the celebration. Seeing off the guests, Hugh talks to David about his daughter. The guy says he respects Jade a lot and will never hurt her. The girl overhears their conversation. David doesn't just seem nice, he's a nice person indeed. Jade realizes that a passion for a guy seizes her. When all the guests leave, Jade sneaks out of the house. She catches up to David and kisses him passionately. Yes. It's more than just affection. Both David and Jade understand that they are immersed in new, still unfamiliar feelings for them. The next day, David visits Jade. He repaired a car that belonged to the girl's brother. This act surprised Jade's parents. The breakdown seemed hopeless. The eldest son's car is precious to them as a memory of him. He died a few years ago. Jade's mom is touched by this act and invites the guy to dinner. Hugh gives David a real interrogation. Jade's father is interested in what the guy plans to do. David says he won't go to university, despite graduating high school with honors. The guy likes to work in the workshop with his father. The main thing for David is to find love that will turn his world upside down. Hugh is disappointed with this answer. He proudly talks about the success of his daughter. The girl entered the medical university. She follows in his steps. A promising future awaits Jade. After dinner, David says goodbye to Jade's family but is in no hurry to leave. The guy sneaks into the girl's bedroom, and they spend their first night together. Young people realize that they are in love with each other. The next day, Jade arrives at the hospital where her father works. The girl is preparing for the upcoming practice. The father invites his daughter to stay for the operation, but she rushes to David. Hugh is terribly unhappy that his daughter started dating a guy. Jade comes to meet David. She says she is leaving for another city in 2 weeks. David asks her to spend this time with him. Jade and David see each other every day. These are the best days of their lives. The guy always comes up with exciting entertainment for his beloved. They want to be together every minute and are extremely happy. It was the last day before Jade left. She doesn't want to leave her beloved one. The girl tells David that she will stay if he asks her to. David asks Jade not to leave. Jade comes home and unpacks her bags. She tells her father that she is giving up the practice. The girl missed so many happy moments in her life because of her studies. She wants to enjoy this summer. Her father is angry and blames David for this decision. In the morning, Jade sees his father carrying the suitcases to the car. It turns out that her family is going to a country house on the lake right now. Jade is against it. Why didn't anyone ask if she wanted to go on vacation? The girl planned to spend time with David, but Hugh is relentless. Jade's overbearing and somewhat cruel father doesn't accept his daughter's refusal. Nobody can challenge his decision. The girl understands that this is her father's revenge for her refusal to practice medicine. Jade is furious but can't go against her father's decision. The family comes to the lake. Before they have time to unpack their suitcases, another guest appears in the house, David. Hugh is angry. He started a vacation so that his daughter wouldn't see the guy. Why is he here? Jade says that she invited David. He is her guest and will remain on vacation. The couple immediately runs away to swim. Jade's parents' friends come to visit. Hugh's wife doesn't like that her husband's colleague has arrived. This woman radiates something predatory. In the evening, young people and adults have a party. David accidentally notices that Jade's father is making out with his colleague. Hugh realizes that he was caught by David. Something needs to be done to keep this guy from telling his wife and daughter. In the morning, Jade's father invites David to go boating. The guy tries his best to avoid the trip, but harsh Hugh is not used to rejection. David has to go. Having swum in the middle of the lake, Hugh starts a strange conversation with David. He is trying to threaten the guy covertly, but David immediately says that he doesn't intend to tell Jade about what he saw. He won't allow his beloved to suffer. Hugh is not satisfied with this answer. Who is this sucker, and what does he imagine he will do him a favor? It is necessary to come up with a way to prevent this upstart from appearing in their house again. After an unpleasant conversation with his girlfriend's father, David and Jade go to the city for a party. There David meets a classmate. A friend suggests going to the zoo after it closes. It's time to do reckless things. This is their last summer. David is against it, but Jade persuades the guy to go with the company. She was proper and boring all her life. Tonight she wants some adventure. The company is having fun at the zoo until the police arrive. To keep Jade from being arrested, David runs from the cops, and they run after the guy. At this time, his friends have time to leave the zoo. Meanwhile, Hugh finds a letter of recommendation that his wife wrote for David. Jade's mom is a writer, and she found the right words to talk about the strengths of David's character. It turns out that the guy changed his mind and also decided to go to university. Hugh finds it unpleasant to read warm words about David. His wife asked him to send a letter to the admissions office, and Hugh promised to do it, but can he be trusted? David ends up at the police station. Jade begs her father to get the guy out of the police force. Hugh is furious. He knew he couldn't trust this ragamuffin. No wonder Hugh hired a private detective and managed to find out about David's past. The guy was already in jail. This is the only thing he's capable of doing. But Hugh is ready to help David avoid trial if his daughter fulfills one condition. Jade's father arrives at the police station. He posted bail for the guy. David asks about Jade, and Hugh replies that his daughter will no longer date him. She agreed to do an internship and then immediately begin her studies. Hugh enjoys himself. He finally managed to separate David and Jade. Now we just need to add the final touch. Jade's father provokes the guy. He recalls how David first got into the police. He beat his mother's lover. And then, his mother left the family. She left his loser father. And David is just the same loser. He will never be able to keep Jade near him. David loses his temper. He punches his girlfriend's father in the face. Well, it hurts Hugh, but the game was worth it. Now David won't even come close to his daughter. At home, Hugh shows the marks from the punch. Jade can't believe her loved one did this, and she grabs her car keys and races into town. Jade finds David sitting at the table with his ex-girlfriend in a cafe. Jade is terribly jealous. Was David really not who she thought he was? Jade wants an explanation. Why was there a fight with her father? David can't tell the whole truth about Hugh. He'll have to talk about his mistress. This will break Jade's mother's heart. And he didn't talk about his mother because he was ashamed. David believes that he is not worthy of Jade. She comes from a wealthy family, and he is an ordinary guy without big money and unique ambitions. Young people have a fight. Jade gets into the car. As soon as she starts moving, another car crashes into her. Jade is taken to the hospital. David is sitting in the lobby. The guy is not allowed into the ward of his beloved. Her father took care of it. He also took out a warrant that says David has no right to approach Jade. Yes, David's last arrest and the punch were useful. Now his daughter will live the life that Hugh approves of. After being discharged, Jade tries to meet her loved one, but David's father doesn't allow them to see each other. He doesn't want his son to get into trouble with Hugh again. Jade goes to practice. David is trying to live his old life, but both just exist, go with the flow. Neither Jade nor David stops loving each other. One day, David asks his father what he should do with his life, and he advises him to fight for his love because it's real. Great luck is to meet destiny at the beginning of the path and share with it all the joys of life. And he doesn't care if Jade's family sues him. David meets Jade's mom at the bookstore. He asks for help to meet his beloved. Mom says the girl should come home for Christmas. David decides to take action. He meets Jade at the airport. The guy tells his beloved about his feelings and invites them to go together, no matter where. If only her father, who prevents them from being together, were not there. Jade agrees. She still loves David. Jade comes home. The girl's brother arrived for the holidays. A father quarrels with his son. Hugh ruins everything again. Jade's mom is angry. When did her husband become so cruel? She guesses about his mistresses and knows he did not send David's letter of recommendation to the university. Therefore, the guy wasn't accepted to study. Yes, grief happened in their family. But this is not a reason to poison the lives of other children. Enough. Jade's mom leaves home with her son and his girlfriend. Jade is left alone with her father, and she is angry. The girl tells her father that he can no longer tell them how to live. His children are adults with their own desires and feelings. Stop treating them like puppets. Jade has learned to make decisions and chooses her own life. This life is impossible without David. The girl leaves the house to meet her beloved. Meanwhile, a fire starts in one of the rooms. Hugh sees his daughter heading towards David, who is waiting for her in the yard. Hugh is blinded by rage, and he grabs the bat and is ready to smash the guy's head if only he gets behind Jade. Jade screams in fear. She doesn't want her father to beat her boyfriend. Hugh fails to do the irreparable. At the last moment, he realizes that even a beating won't stop David. He drops the bat and returns to the house. Jade and David run to the car. Suddenly, the girl notices that the house is on fire, but the father is there. The guy rushes to help Hugh without any hesitation. There is a lot of smoke on the second floor. The fire is spreading into the corridor. A little more, and David will be unable to pull Hugh out. They will both suffocate. Instead of getting out of the house, Jade's father tries to carry his deceased son's belongings. David yells that it's time to leave. A burning beam collapses right in front of him, and David falls. Hugh sees that the guy is not moving. Hugh faces a choice: to save a living person or to take out the things of his dead son, even if they are so precious to him. Hugh still runs to David and helps him up. Men make their way through smoke and flames. Meanwhile, Jade is going crazy. She can't lose her beloved one and father instantly. Hugh and David manage to get out of the house. As firefighters put out the fire, Hugo's wife and son race back. Hugh reflects on his actions. He understands how unfair he was to his family. Hugh firmly blamed himself for not being able to save his eldest son. He didn't notice that he began to ruin the lives of other children. Perhaps in time, they will allow him to redeem himself. Several months have passed. Jade and David continue to date. First love became everything to them. Such love can't be sacrificed, it will never die, and it was worth fighting for. A wonderful life awaits them, which they will spend together.